Good afternoon. This is Professor Howard with LeTourneau University, and really glad to have y'all in class. This is going to be the first half of U.S. history from the beginning of time, essentially all the way through Reconstruction after the Civil War. So much goes on, and it'll be a great opportunity to walk through that together and just really take a look at the incredible history that America has, whether it's through the arrival of Native Americans across the Bering Strait, or whether it's through the discovery of America with Columbus, or the British setting up an empire, setting up a part of their empire here, and then the revolutionary part of America, and then the two-sided coin that we have with America with oppressed labor, kind of an economic system at times that just rockets and is just so incredible with the industrialization and all the technology that develops in America. But also the other side of the coin is that laborers, whether they were from here in America as maybe even Native Americans, or may have been from Africa or China or Ireland or Germany or Latin America, a number of different places where inexpensive labor has been utilized as part of the capitalistic system here in America. So, but yet also at the same time, America has this incredible story of putting democratic values in a written constitution, and so that's really exciting to kind of take a look at all these different types of perspectives. I often ask students why we study history. And the first thing that somebody will say, they will often say, well, that's because we don't want history to repeat itself. So has America never had issues of racism or oppression of labor or gender issues or identity issues? Have we never experienced any of this before? And have we never run into conflicts with Russia or China or other places around the world? Well, yeah, we have. So then, have we just not learned from history? Are we illiterate? What's going on here? And I really think that the interesting thing of history is not so much that we don't repeat it. We're going to repeat it because history is the history of history repeating itself. All right, so think on that one. Hit pause. Maybe what did he say? Okay, but really what we're looking at in history is understanding perspectives. That is going to be a transferable skill no matter where you go, no matter what, whether you're an engineer, whether you're a pilot, whether you're a doctor, whether you're in law, whatever it is, whether you're an educator, whether you are in accounting, or whatever your profession may be. We have to understand other perspectives. Those perspectives may come in the form of numbers, different forms of treatments, different reasonings in a court of law, or in public, one perspective over another perspective. And perspective is really an important thing. Can I put myself in the shoes of somebody who's had a difficult journey? It's difficult for me to do that sometimes. But then also too, nobody can put themselves in my shoes. But our best effort, our best opportunity as a society is to be able to get out of ourselves, look into the lens that other people are looking through. That gives us a hope for society, and that gives us. I mean, I think of Christ when he walked the earth, and when he encountered Matthew on or Levi, the tax collector, on the road, or whether Zacchaeus, he encounters Zacchaeus, or the rich young ruler, or the woman caught in adultery. He understood. He understood the situation they were in, and helped them with the way of getting through that situation. And I think that's part of that's part of the Christian ethic, is being able to understand somebody else. I think the word that we like to use for that is empathy. Empathy, not sympathy. Oh, I feel sorry for somebody because they had a hard time. That's sympathy. Empathy is I can put myself in their shoes. I can understand where they're coming from. And when we're able to do that, we're able to understand them, but then we also earn the right to be heard, to be to get a voice at the table. So that's really important. As we go through this semester, you're going to be reading a lot of documents. You're going to be reading out of the textbook. And one of the important things that I want to emphasize is looking at the different perspectives. Anytime you write your historical opinion, what you have determined from the evidence, that's as accurate as mine. If you're using evidence to justify a point, that's very worthwhile. Now, can you use evidence to support that? Then use historical evidence and you support that. And so I kind of call that an informed historical opinion or a historical argument or whatever that might be. But if you can look beyond yours and see another point of view and bring that into the picture and say, this is what I see the evidence says, but from other perspectives it says this. And if you can bring that in to the conversation and engage that in kind of like in a conversation around a table or a panel discussion or something like that, then I think you really have hit on something there. That's what we're going to strive to do. Okay, so whether you're writing, whatever it is, if you can bring in that that alternative voice, that alternate voice to what you have to say, your grade and your work, your ability to reason really is going to improve and increase and grow. So that's really what's going to be important to us throughout the way. All right, now I have kind of a short PowerPoint and a couple of tools we want to walk through kind of in this introduction video. And so again, I am welcoming you to that. Let me kind of hit a PowerPoint slide here, and we'll talk through some of these, and then we'll move on to a couple of other tools that we have for the class. Okay, so here, welcome to history, U.S. History 1301. It's the Intro to U.S. History at LeTourneau University. My academic background, that is not a very pleasant mugshot. So BA in Religion, a Bachelor of Arts in Religion and Psychology at East Texas Baptist College in 1983. Yes, down the road from y'all. Have a Master of Arts in Church History and Theology from Southwestern Seminary, and I'm currently getting a PhD from the University of Texas at Dallas. So there you go, my mug there. Yeah, there you go. All right. Sorry. But anyway, and I am right now, I hope to finish in 2020. Next year, I'm writing my dissertation, and we'll see how that goes. So just remember, when you're writing and all that type of thing, so am I. If I'm calling you out on formatting and sentence structure and overuse of the passive voice, somebody's calling me out on that too. So I want to help your future academic experiences by hitting some things while you're writing. I may not count off for them. I'm going to critique them. I'm not necessarily going to count off for those types of things, but yet it's some things that you need to know. All right, so we'll keep that. We'll talk about that more. All right. So let me move ahead with this. All right, so here we go. Yeah. So we're going to be studying about America in the world and the global perspective, coming out of Europe, and then also this, you can see the European map here, then you also see Africa. So it's America, it's Europe, and it's Africa that are all engaged together in this whole thing. So here's what you need to do first, setting you up for success. First, complete the personal introduction in class. Use some good pictures of yourself. Add, something we can see a mugshot of you, and we can, kind of see the face, and we know who you are. People like to use the avatars nowadays, and not have, not really show too much, but we're not going to judge anything. You just saw my ugly mugshot, so don't worry about things. All right. You're also going to want to watch the course introduction video posted in the announcements. Guess what? You're doing that now. This is the course introduction video, okay? So you're going to want to do both of those things. You're also going to want to watch Is America the Greatest Country videos and respond with your thoughts, all right? So there's two videos. Now, one of them is from Frank Sinatra, the old singer. Okay, so listen to what he's saying. What kind of America is he talking about? Why is he saying that? Where is he when he's singing that song? So think of those types of things as, so maybe that's part of it. And then watch the video from the newsroom, and it's much later. What's going on in America when this guy is talking? It's kind of, the newsroom was an HBO series, and I think I have the version with all the profanity edited out. If not, forgive me. All right, but anyway, it confronts America. So he sounds very convincing, but as he's talking, I want you to listen. How would you critique him? All right, so look at him as a resource, and he sounds very knowledgeable in everything, in which he is. And so he makes a very solid point, but also at the same time, maybe where's the short, the other side? What's the other part of the story? Now, one of the things you're going to want to do is take a look. You're going to want to take a look at this Purdue OWL Writing Lab. It's here at it's the website here at Purdue OWL, or owl.purdue.edu, okay? And that will help you. That is a great resource, and I'm just going to show you that right now. This is what we mean by Purdue OWL. So it is Purdue OWL. You can always just kind of hit that little owl there or whatever sorry, I need to change the screen. All right, so now this is Purdue OWL. You can hit that little owl thing there. It'll go through this. If you have not come across this, when you are writing college papers or academic papers, you're going to have to follow some format, whether it's APA, whether it is Chicago style, IEE style, AMA style, ASA style. Those are great resources here. If you ever have to write in another style, you can always come back here. You can thank me later, okay? But we use APA format, and what that means, it's going to tell you how you should cite your sources. So a lot of people think that citing sources is elementary, or it makes them feel the teacher, the professor is going to think I'm dumb because I have to cite sources. No, think of this as a conversation. All right, think of this as a conversation, and you're going to want to follow those. You want to follow that throughout, this format. So let me show you what I mean here. So here, coming down here, it's the APA sample paper. Boom. So here we go, and here is the sample paper, and I can, let me just, I can just run down through that, and you see here it shows you what a research paper should look like, all right, and it will help you with that. Let me go, do I want to, no, I don't want to download that and everything. Now I have all that. All right, but anyway, it's going to help you. It's going to help you see what a paper should look like. You can just scroll through that. Down here at the very end is a thing called the references, or people put works cited or whatever. Look at the format. Look where commas and periods. Look where the authors go. Do they use italics? Like right here, they use italics. This first line, that's the author's last name, and it jumps out at you right here on the column. Everything else is indented, and plus it's double spaced, okay? So you want to look at that type of format and those kinds of things. Now you'll want to do a title page for your paper. It gives what the name of the paper, that kind of thing. You'll put a running header up there, and most people do that. Now, what you will not need to do, you will not need to have an abstract. That's a kind of an abstract is a short description of your paper, and you're not going to need that in these types of courses. In your papers, early on, you're going to want a thesis statement, and we may say a little bit about that closer to some of the writing. But a thesis statement is basically a claim that you're going to prove with your research, okay? And so that's going to be important. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint here, and the next thing you're going to want to do is review the course syllabus, and the best place to do that is in Canvas or in your LETU class site. So right here over on the left is going to say modules. Okay, you can get in there and you can see it's going to be the one way to kind of get into Unit 1, Unit 2, and that's how the course is set up. Take a look at that. And so you'll notice you have 15 weeks down there. All right, we got a 15-week semester, and it tells you the assignments and the due dates for all of the assignments down through there throughout the semester, so you can look. You're going to need to budget your time. I know you're going to have football, soccer, drill, theater, band, choir, all of that kind of stuff, and that's okay, and you're encouraged to do that. However, when you come back and say I had a competition over the weekend and I didn't get to do my stuff, well, you knew that competition ahead of time, so you're going to need to make sure that your work gets in, because everything will be due. Unit 1, everything's going to be due September the 1st, the night of September the 1st at 11:59 p.m. All right, so that's going to be Sunday. Everything's going to be due at Sunday, on Sunday night. Some things kind of show up early, like you'll probably already start seeing some things for Unit 2 activities towards the end of the week. But that's going to be okay. I wanted you to see those kind of things a little bit early. Here's your syllabus. You're going to want to walk down through there. It shows you your grading scales here. It tells you the course objectives, course description, that kind of thing. Also, these are all hyperlinks. You can get to the devotional activity, the interactive activity. So these are your assignments here for Unit 1. So it takes you to Unit 1 activities. And you can see there's going to be a lecture there. You can go to it's the crash course, really a great thing. I encourage you to listen fast, maybe stop and think, record, write down, do whatever, how you do that. You'll have Unit 2 to Unit 1 devotional, Unit 1 interactive assessment. All that will show up on in the morning of the 26th, okay? You'll have all these things. You'll have a quiz. All right, so all those things kind of happen. And so today it would be, and then Unit 2 activities start again. All right, so this is going to be the, sorry. I'm going to have to get back there. So I'm not in the student view all that much, all right? So forgive me here. Here I can hit home here. Yeah, and so just a little bit of walkthrough there. It's going to have the units, your resources, your grades, your introduction, and instructor information. That'll be up there, so you'll be able to see that kind of stuff. All right, so anyhow, that's going to be the good place for you to get your stuff. So there I am. I'm going to post my stuff here in a little bit. You'll see it though. It'll be there. All right. Okay, so back here to the PowerPoint, and let's kind of finish that up. All right, so some interactive assessments. Those are conversations, chat boards, that kind of thing. Think of this as a class discussion. and interacting with your classmates. If you could envision that you're in a classroom, you'll want to, you're going to have a conversation about that. See the rubric in the course syllabus. You'll be able to click on that where we just were, and you'll be able to look for the rubric, see what we're grading for. We're looking to see, are you analyzing the source well, or are you just kind of repeating what the source says? And so you want to analyze it, you want to critique it, you want to think about who the author is, why they're saying it, what's the historical context. Those types of things are going to bring strength to your discussion. You're going to have to post first. The setting requires original post before viewing other posts. You're going to post first, and then others are going to look at it, okay? Your post first should occur before 11:59 on Thursday. That gives other people Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to comment on your post and you to comment on their post. You're going to need, probably 3 posts. The first one should be somewhere between 150 and 250 words. Should be substantive, talking about the historical argument and that kind of stuff. Sometimes people bring in outside sources. If you do, be sure to cite your source, all right? So that's an important thing. Also, you should use, when you do that, you're going to need APA citations, like we were talking about in Purdue OWL. You're also consider how to engage others. Sometimes we don't have to say, oh, I agree with what you said, or I don't agree with what you said. And this is not social media. This is not, oh, I really liked how you said this. We already know what they said. So if you say, hey, I liked how you said this, or what you said about this, then extend that a little bit. Your thoughts of this made me think about this, or it raised a question in me. So kind of take a look at it. Or you can say, you said this, but what about this? So you want to kind of keep that in mind and be fair as we talk with each other, and be, in a very academic and collegial kind of way, interact with each other. Your follow-up post should be substantive, and you're not looking for a whole lot, but it should add to the conversation, not just oh, I liked what you did. All right, quizzes are going to be another thing. Quizzes and the test have time limits. You only have a particular time. It'll tell you the time. You're going to get one question at a time. All right, multiple choice or short answer or essay. You're going to get one question at a time, and only one chance to submit an answer. So you're going to want to study ahead of time, so you can answer these things under pressure rather than going back and forth. And I know people try to Google answers and that kind of thing, but the time limit really kind of limits that. You can't, you're not going to be able to change your answers once you submitted. Once you hit the submit button, the system won't allow you to go back. Correct answers on the quizzes will be shown on Monday after the quiz, and they'll show through Thursday. So you get 3 or 4 days to kind of look at them. I encourage you to go back and look at those, and especially the ones that you missed and why you missed them. You may see some of those on later. The quizzes, you'll see some of the questions on tests, and then also the final exam. You'll see some of the things over again. So if you miss something, important to know what and why you missed it and what the correct answer is. Now, I review every test. You're going to get an automatic grader. It'll tell you how many you missed or made or whatever. Automatic graders don't pick up misspelled words or capitalizations or, one word made into 2 words or something like that. It doesn't pick up those kind of human errors very much as AI is coming a thing. It doesn't pick up that as well. Also, sometimes we get an inaccurate question in the test bank, maybe a wrong answer. So if there's something that you think is wrong, or I know that sometimes one of the questions in the database, doesn't necessarily have an answer blank to write in, and people, what, I can't write in that. If there's something like that happens, drop me a note, that kind of thing. We'll take care of it. We'll work it out, okay? So don't freak out over that kind of stuff. Alert me if something like that is happening, because if you have a problem like that, maybe somebody else in class has that too, okay? So I will take care of it as quick as I can and try to get that kind of stuff adjusted. But please know, I review every single test, look over every question, okay? And that will be corrected, though I don't normally do that until the end of the week, once everybody has the opportunity to turn in their test. I typically don't go in there and make changes until that Monday, and then I will adjust if need be. Okay, so if test is due on Sunday, I'll take care of things on Monday. All right, now. So where did you get that video? Cat videos here. I know people watched a few of those. But anyway, so whenever you're citing your sources, whether it's in a conversation in the interactive assessment, or whether it's a source on a research paper, or any of the assignments that we have, you must always cite your sources, including photos, videos, anything like that you incorporate into your conversation in the class. You have to cite those sources correctly, all right? I showed you Purdue OWL. If you have a question about citing a video, citing any other sources like that, a web page, anything, you'll need to look at that. Now, let's have a great semester. Let me just encourage you to engage. Don't be one that sits back in the corner, kind of in, has everything kind of on a second screen or whatever. No, but engage in the conversation, engage in the dialogue of the class, and listen to others. I can encourage you to listen to others. You will hear some fascinating things. People will challenge you, they will question you, and all that is good. I often say that the more I learn, the less I know. And that's because listening to others is going to challenge what I think. Interact based on historical evidence. You should use historical evidence from the textbook, from primary sources, good secondary sources, reliable secondary sources. We'll talk about all those when we talk about writing and that type of thing. And we want you to share your well-informed opinions, okay? All right. So here we go. It really has been good to chat with you for a few minutes. I want to post this. I'm going to let you take a look at it and kind of get some information. If you have any questions, just drop me a note and we'll see. Most of the assignments they'll turn on tomorrow, and posting this today. I know some people may be on here on a Sunday evening, and but anyhow, let me know if you have any questions. And again, my name is David Howard. I'm the professor for the semester with LeTourneau University. Let me know how I can help you during this semester. All right? Thank you very much. Bye.